Guys, I've been so encouraged by seeing everybody in the past few days, or just since I've been really paying attention, I guess, is getting on here and bringing attention to the struggles that they have that's real in their life, wrapped around mental awareness and just, the things that everyday people go through and the struggle that is so real for those of us that have issues or that have had things in our life that we have to fight off the negativity and the things that's in between our own ears, because that's truly where my battle is won and lost, is between my own ears. It doesn't have nothing to do with anything that anybody else does to me. It's all right here. I can get up in the morning. My best friend and I was hanging out yesterday for a few minutes, and we got the conversation come up about the things that is going on between our own ears. The self-talk. And it's not crazy to say that you have thoughts. It's not crazy to say that. I'm not saying I hear voices or anything. I'm just saying the things that you're thinking about actively in your brain. But anyway, you get up in the morning's doing just fine, everything seems to be going good. And then somehow, some thought from 15 years ago will come up in your brain, and now you'll spend your morning that was going just fine and doing great. Let the little puppy out, and you got your coffee made, there's nobody else up, nice and quiet. And now you're spending that time that you could be spending praying, or you could just be spending planning your day, getting going. Instead, you're spending that time fighting a battle in between your ears that doesn't even need to be fought. You're thinking about something from 15, 20 years ago. You couldn't do nothing about it anyway. So I wanted to just bring that to attention to everybody, that I struggle. I struggle with that. But I have found that when I know that I'm doing that, when I'm fixing my coffee or when I'm out doing my day and something starts getting into my brain that I know, I will consciously say, God, no, we're not doing this. And for me, I had to find an escape. I had to find something that took my mind off of it. And for myself, it was music. I've always loved to just play music, whether it be play music on the radio, play music on my guitar, or just go listen to music or whatever. That was my way. So, I just encourage you to find an outlet, whether it be a friend, whether it be music, whether it be read a book or whatever it might be. But when you notice that you're doing that to yourself, give yourself the freedom back by saying that thought doesn't deserve that much time in my brain. Now, it's easier said than done a lot of times. And a lot of time it takes forced. You have to force yourself to redirect. You have to say, no, If you got to do something that you can't think of nothing else but what you're doing, then go do it. Because that will help you to get that reset that you're looking for. Because you get caught up in these things and you're burning just as much energy thinking about something that you're not really going to be able to do anything about, or something that really is just a negative thought that the old devil himself is just throwing in there to see what kind of trip me up he can throw at you. And that leads me back to a point about YouTube and starting you a channel. For those of us that's over 40, and I'm talking to anybody, but I'm really talking to the people out there that's in my age bracket with this particular subject. Starting a YouTube channel, we'll sit down and we'll go through and we'll find somebody on there and they're typing and they're screen sharing and they're telling you, yeah, you go here and you go there and you make sure this setting's right and you do this and you do that and then you hit send and then this is all done and you're good. Hey man, I have a computer that I had to spend the better part of 2 days to try to figure out how to even use it. Okay? So this stuff and them doing all that, man, that's so far ahead of where I can be right now, that I almost feel like they're making these videos in hopes to just keep collecting views, but really push really new people away. Because the videos that I've watched of these people on here doing all their stuff, and hey, it would take somebody that grew up in this technology or went to school purposely for this technology to actually implement. So I decided that I was just going to say, you know what? I'm going to do it my way. I'm not in this for views, man. I'm not in this. I guess ultimately that's a lie. We're all in it for views, but it's not going to change my world whether I get 1 view or 1 million views. So, I just had to approach it. What can I do? What can I do myself to just get started? Because these things that I was watching, these little tutorials and stuff, and I'm not saying that they're not right. I'm not saying that they don't know what they're talking about. I'm just saying for those of us that's trying to step out here, do something new, try something new, most importantly, for those of us in this age group, we got wisdom. Wisdom comes from time, from life. And we've got that. And there's people out here that want to hear what you have to say and could give 2 flying craps about whether you can show them how to set up the YouTube channel in advanced settings or whatever it is that they do, and show you how to make these nice little videos with all these breaks in it and transitions and blah, blah, blah. Hey, it's cool, and I'm enjoying learning about it, and I will start implementing some things. But ultimately, I think it comes down to the material you have to share. And that is what I'm trying to pull my bracket in and say, look, I welcome you. I welcome the fact that you don't know all these little tricks and all these little things. One, that tells me, well, maybe they didn't. If they don't know all this technology stuff, maybe, if anything, I'm getting a real person's thought. Not a person's thought that sat there and went on some app that AI wrote them up a script. They changed 2 or 3 words around, and then they present it to you as if it's theirs. And I have seen this. You watch these videos, and if you watch enough of them, you start seeing that they're a lot alike, and it makes me wonder, well, are they all just using AI and then switching a couple words around and then, okay, I'll share this out as my own original work? And I don't like that. Now, I agree, you use the technology you got at hand, and if there's a way to help you make your life easier with it, then I say do it. But I also say, when you're claiming to present something to me that's yours, I just like knowing that it's true blue, because that's where the real material lies for the things that I look for guidance in, the things that we all look for other people and things to help us to, along the way on our journey, find the next step. And, depending on what you're looking for, then that might be exactly the kind of lessons you need. But when I see a tag on there that says for how to start a YouTube channel for beginners, and then you turn it on and it's somebody going through this screen sharing deal and showing you to punch here and do this and do that, and then you do this, and then you got to come back over here, and then you change this, and then you put it out here, and then you like, subscribe, you share, and then you send it to this one, and it's like, whoa, all I wanted to do was make a video and talk about my life, talk about the things that I know, talk about the things that I've lived through, share this with people, share my knowledge, my hard-earned knowledge, years in prison, years addicted to an outside substance that did nothing but rob me of the beautiful things in life and just feed my life with misery. It's impacted me in such a way that there's no way that I can live the rest of my life and not share these things with the people out there that may want to hear it. For those that don't, that's fine. That's cool. But for those that do, I want them to know I don't do an AI script. Matter of fact, I don't do any script. I talk about what's in my heart. I talk about things that I have thought about. I do try to layer things out in my head, how I'm going to approach, talking to everybody and how I'm going to get my points across. But I don't go on here and I don't punch in AI, write me a script about mental awareness and how to. No, that's not what we're looking for. And I'm going to tell you right now, these people that I've been seeing on here talking about mental health, that is the best thing that we can do, is pull the veil back off of that so that everybody knows that, man, it's not some obscure thing that only a couple of us deal with. There's a lot of folks out there that can mask and they're dealing with stuff, but you can't see it. But then there's that few of us that, and I think that's why, mental illness gets such a bad stigma wrapped around it, is one, I think it's not understood. And two, I think years ago, when people started being diagnosed with mental illness, it was some really bad things going on and craziness and everything. Hey man, all of us that suffer with depression are not mentally disturbed. We're not wanting to commit suicide. As a matter of fact, it's exactly the opposite. We're wanting to figure out how to live and how to open these feelings up to the world without feeling so darn vulnerable that I may as well just pull my pants down and run through a football stadium. I think the more that we see people coming out and being honest and sharing and throwing these things out there without all the cuts, the edits, the fireworks in the background, the more we're going to see people start to grow into this, and the more sharing of people that's in my age bracket or younger or older. I hate to even put age numbers on things, but it really does come down to, like, I totally get that teenagers probably ain't going to want to hang out on YouTube and listen to what I have to say. Hell, my own 14-year-old, he don't want to listen to a whole lot I got to say. That's another trick too. If you're having trouble figuring out how to talk to your phone or talk to the camera, just pretend you're trying to tell your teenage kid something. And I mean, sincerely, just pretend like you're talking to your kid, because they probably ain't going to answer you. You feel like you're being ignored. You answer yourself when you ask a question, and then you may get some type of response in a couple days that might have to do with the subject that you were discussing with them. So that's just a little inside trick, I think, that works well for me. But guys, I wanted to share this. I wanted to just shine a light. And this is my way of making content. I don't care about the edits. I don't care about whether I got the best sound or the best lights. Yes, I'm going to work to improve it because I enjoy doing this and I enjoy sharing. But I also enjoy just knowing that I'm on here telling you the truth, how things affect me, how I am building my channel. Yes, I'm building a channel. There's no secret to this. I'm not trying to come at anybody in any other way, but I'm trying to build a channel that when you watch a video of mine, not only do you know that it's a real person, but it's a real subject and it's honest. And when you see a banner on my page that says for beginners, I promise you we're not going to start out with trigonometry. If we're trying to learn math, we'll start out with 1 + 1. I won't be teaching no math. It was just an analogy. But guys, I really appreciate whoever likes, subscribes, shares, or anyone that just appreciates the message that I'm trying to bring and the honesty that I lay out here for you. Because as I've said in other videos, at this point in my life, nobody can really say anything to me that's going to affect me in any type of way, except for, I heard you, brother. I heard you. Thank you. And I appreciate that. And I'm going to try to use some of these things you're talking about. So I would appreciate it if you just left me a comment and let me know what kind of struggles it is, or how you're going to approach starting your YouTube channel, and you know, just share with the world the things that you have on your heart. It doesn't have to be about mental illness or mental awareness. That's just something that I feel strong about. But take something that you feel strong about, and just know that, yeah, the cuts and the edits and the all the tricks, that is really cool. But the gold is you. Okay? The gold is you. That's just the little trinket that holds the gold, you know? So, you guys, until next time, I want you to keep your heads up. I want you to keep on posting, keep on being real about it, man. That's the way that you're going to get your stuff out there and get to release this, because it helps me to get to talk and get to say things out loud and get to hear it in audible. You'll be surprised how much therapy is found in talking to this and sharing it. And don't over edit yourself. Don't do that. Don't edit yourself to death. Be honest, be sincere, say what you have to say. Don't worry if you looked off the wrong way, don't worry about all that. Just share a good, honest, solid message, and there'll be people just like me that's looking to tune into you. So until next time, you guys, like, subscribe, share, leave me a comment. Let me know how you're going to get started and what you really think about this material. Can you hear what I'm saying? Do you pick up what I'm putting down? So until next time, you guys take care. Keep your head up. Like, subscribe, share. I'll see you next.